Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
Today on Wagon Trail Acres.
Happy New Year.
It's cold. It's a polar vortex.
Like.
No, seriously, it's colder than usual. A lot of the South is getting a whole lot of snow. We're not getting any snow. So when was the last time I said it snowed?
2018.
Something like that. It's
Or
been a
19.
long time since it snowed here. So we have no chance of getting any snow. But today we are going to be, we've got some news, big news. Our logo reveal.
New logo.
Hey, we've got some merch. Not really, we don't have any merch yet. We only have these shirts, and thanks to our son who got it for us as a Christmas present, shout out Cody, we now have a logo. So it says Wagon Trail Acres, established 2024, and then it's got the little wagon wheel and the house. Give us some feedback. Like, what do you think of our logo? We still can change it a little. He got us like a revision pack too.
Yeah,
So
it can be tweaked.
tell us in the comments if there's any. I mean, we could take some constructive criticism, but this is our logo. As y'all know, we're a newer channel, so we don't get to do as much content. We watch a lot of YouTube couples, and the difference I think between what we watch and like us is like we don't even live out here yet. Like, we come out hour 15 minutes from
When we can.
yeah, about average once a week. So we don't have as much content to film for you, but we try. We do as much as we can. And please like and subscribe for our channel. And once we move out here, we'll have a lot more. You can probably hear Cisco whining, and
He's excited.
yeah,
He likes being
he
here.
likes coming here. So today, our plan is, tell them what we're doing today.
So we're really close to our contractor getting started on clearing and building the lake and all. So a couple things we're going to do today is we have to stake out where the shop is going to go and where the house is going to go. That way when he starts doing all his work, he can build the pad for each of those respective structures.
Yep.
The other thing we're going to be doing is marking trees that we want to make sure that he takes down while he's here with the excavator, root ball and all.
We've pretty much given him permission to take down any gum tree. This man despises gum trees, and he's really excited.
Yeah, when I told him, I said he don't even have to ask me about a gum tree, he got really excited. So.
Of course, there's we'd love to keep as many oaks as we want, but there's a lot of dead oaks, unfortunately, and a lot of dead pine trees. So our big focus is making sure there's nothing that can fall in the house or the shop.
Right.
So we have our shop plans, so we know exactly the area that we're staking out for the shop. No question about it. The house, we're taking a guess.
We still don't, we're not even close on house plans, but we have a general idea of square footage we want. So we just got to give him a square footage of that footprint, and we can tweak the house pad when we get closer to building the house.
Yep.
The big thing now is, though, to get the majority of the dirt that needs to be moved into that location. If we need to add a little bit more later or take some away, no big deal.
Can't wait. Can't wait. So we're armed with our 3 tape measures and some spray paint and some stakes. We're gonna
And all that good stuff.
get to work.
Yeah. Shout out to Kyle and Greg at R&R Buildings. Got my Martinez titanium hammer for Christmas.
Why are you giving them a shout out?
Well, they never learned about them if it
No.
wasn't for Kyle and Greg. And shout out to Diana and our son Cody for the Christmas gift.
The most expensive hammer ever. Christmas is one of those things where you want to buy something for somebody that they probably wouldn't buy for themselves, and that's definitely something that he would have not bought for himself. So we used some old high school math, came in handy. The Pythagorean theorem. I was going to say it wrong. Which basically says if you've got two legs of a triangle, you can always find out the third leg. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Correct.
So we were, because it's so hard to make sure that you're square. You really, if you eyeball it, it looks square.
It looked great, didn't it? And then when we put the formula on it and measured it out, we were off like 10 feet out of square.
Yeah. So we got it, and we like it. And who would have thought that high school math would come in handy? Geometry. Was it geometry we used?
Geometry.
Yeah. So anyway, we're good with the shop. Now on to the house.
Well, first I'm going to paint some trees.
Oh, okay.
So, you can walk over here, and I'm gonna walk back, and we're just gonna go to 60 feet. Just trying to get something. Just going to 60 feet, okay?
Yeah. How close do you want me to get?
We're just.
Well, here we are, admiring all the hard work that we did, so carefully putting each wooden stake at each corner of the home, only to realize a few days later, after talking to our contractor, that using wooden stakes to stake out the house really isn't the best option. So we had to change it up when we came back a few days later.
All right, got a little tip for y'all. If you have outside contractors coming in to do work for you, specifically dirt work, civil work, requested by our contractor is to put metal stakes in as opposed to wooden stakes. That way, if they accidentally get hit or run over, they'll just bend and he can still find where the corners are. Whereas if a wooden stake gets run over, it breaks off in the ground and he can't find it again. So hence we're putting metal T-post in today. So that's what's on today's agenda.
So we found this thing in the old wagon trail, and we don't know what it is. Anybody knows?
Let me turn it so you can see it from the side, because it's got this gear looking thing on the side.
Yeah.
And it's on a square shaft, so like it could be locked into position. I don't know.
If anybody knows what it is, please comment below. And we found that, and this.
The other thing that's interesting about this real quick is one of the wheels had these knobs on it, like a tractor tire, I guess, back in the day. And the other side was smooth.
Right.
Like it had a drive wheel and a wheel that, I don't know if it's like some kind of old planter or something. No idea. But we're going to keep it. We're going to hold on to it. It'll be a great conversation piece to put around the pond.
Yeah, and then we've got this piece, which you think is off of a sawmill.
Looks like a pulley or a shiv that came off of a sawmill, maybe.
Yeah. And then
maybe some other kind of old harvester or something from back in the day.
And
Ignore
then
the blue paint. I just did that to identify it so I could go back and find it again.
Right. And then we really never talked about this thing over here, which is, we know for sure, an old harvester.
Yeah, it's Alice Chambers.
Yep.
Harvester.
We looked.
I think it was a hay. It could have been a hay harvester, or I don't know. I think it was a hay harvester the way it's made, where the grass or whatever. This was the hitch. This point right here. That's the hitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cutter took the hay, wheat, or whatever, brought it up through there, and I think this was like a baler in the back.
Yeah, there's some markings over on this other side. And the tree has grown up in the middle of it, as you can see. Right now it's not in the way of anything, so we're just gonna leave it here for now. Here's the other side of it. You can see the like pulleys.
Yeah, it's got old chain drives and belt drives.
And there's the markings on it. Alice.
The Alice Chammers harvester.
Yep. And I looked
There
it
was
up.
something in the center here, but can't make out what that said.
I looked it up online, and it was from like the 1930s. So pretty cool. Little things we keep. I'm sure it won't be the only thing. Find more stuff on this property. But appropriately named Wagon Trail Acres for some of the findings.
Look, let me show you this. When it would cut the hay or whatever it was cutting down at the ground, and then this was a big like conveyor. So it would lay over onto this conveyor. The conveyor would pull it up, and this is a rotary cutter with knives on it, like the old push rotary lawnmowers. Yeah, you had to push them, and it would. And that's the belt. That's the blades, which they're all rusted and dull now. But that would spin and chop whatever you were harvesting up. Put it back here, which I think this was a baler. And then the bales would drop out the side behind it. So I think it was a hay baler.
And then there's all the metal off the old barn. Rest in peace, old barn. It is making way for the new house.
Yeah, we don't know how. When I pushed that barn over, I had gone and cut all the posts. You know, so the posts were like this big around. And I cut them at least 2/3 of the way through with the intentions that when I pushed it, they would snap that last third or quarter, that they would just snap and fall over. All but one post were rotten at the ground. All the posts broke off at the ground, except for one. How it was still standing, I don't know. Thank God it never fell on us. But we were lucky.
Yeah, it served its purpose for the time we were here. Now we've got our other garage that is serving the purpose, and soon to be a shop way back there.
So this is what it looks like from above. I think we've talked about this software before. It's the OnX software. Chris uses it for hunting a lot, but for this project, we've been using it to set waypoints where each of the stakes are to get a view of where each structure will sit on the property. So the house is the structure on the left and the shop is the structure on the right. So it's really nice to be able to see that. This software kind of serves a dual purpose for us, and it's just nice to have. So on to day 3 now, where we have some exciting news.
Good morning, everyone. I'm out at the property this morning by myself today. I just met with the dirt contractor and gave him the final go-ahead to get started. So hopefully he's going to get in here with his mulcher this week and start mulching all the underbrush so we can get a better view of exactly how the pond's going to lay out and where we're going to put the dam at for the pond. So I'm going to turn the camera around and give you one last walkthrough before we start work. All right, here's what our cheesy entrance looks like now, and that'll all be transformed before too long. Any trees that you see, and you may be able to see, have some blue paint on them. Those will be taken out. Any trees with orange tape, pretty white oak right there, we're going to try and save. House pad's going there. You can see the flagging back there. That's where the house pad's going to be. This will just be all yard space over here, driveway coming in. The shop is going way back over here. All these stumps will be taken out so that we can slope the land towards the pond, where we get good runoff in the pond and hopefully can keep it full without having to put in a well system. All those big trees back through here, those will all be coming down because almost every one of them is leaning towards where the house will be sitting. Keeping these trees here because I'm standing on the driveway. This will actually be the driveway that goes back to the shop. Barn dominium. So leaving that one, we liked how that one kind of grew over the driveway. Kind of picture frames it. So we're leaving that. Where I'm at now, this will be the head of the pond. So this will all get cleaned out. Once our contractor gets in here, gonna debrush all that. We'll get a better view of what the pond is gonna look like. It's gonna be long. At its widest point, maybe 40 or 50 yards wide, but it's long and it's gonna be deep. All of this down through here, this is the side of the pond. So all of that, this will all go. See these trees right here have blue X's, blue dots on them. They have to go because there's the four corners of the shop build. So we can't have any trees falling on the shop in the future. All down that side over there, that'll all get debrushed. Even back there in the back, we're gonna debrush that, clean it up, give us a bigger yard space. Cleaning all this area up over here. These are all gum trees. We're gonna take these gum trees down again so we can have more yard area. And all the way down that side and down that side, that'll all get debrushed and cleaned up. The pond is actually, let me walk over here so you can see the ravine. So that's the ravine that we're turning into a pond. And we're thinking we're probably gonna wind up damming it off either right here or right there. There's another big beech tree over there, so it would be on this side of that beech tree. So the pond would be all the way back up through there. That's it. All right, I'll close this out and can't wait to see what everything looks like after we're finished. See you next time.